Hotep family. Hotep, Hotep, greet you in our ancient Kemetic language. Hotep means peace. Also, Amandala, which means power. Power to the people. Yes, yes. We want to see. I want to see who's going to hang out with their brother on this beautiful day. I know there's a special day for the brothers, Father's Day. And so hey, they may be out doing something. Who knows? If that's what they're doing, I'm not mad at you. Enjoy your day. But I'm on. Whoever want to come on, hang out with your brother. In the meantime, let me play some music. All right, Ashe.
Priceless and precious, important and essential, irreplaceable and extraordinary. Black Lives Matter. Sing it loud! Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Sing it proud. Black Lives Matter. 'Cause all lives matter. All lives matter. Hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. No justice, no peace. Hand in hand together we stand. Black Lives Matter. We have always mattered throughout history. Glorious African kingdoms before slavery. 300 years like beast to third, a nation built on our back. Many believe we were animals because our skin is black. Even the Constitution said we're only 3/5 human. And that mentality is still a reality. Police brutality, harassment and discrimination. Poverty, injustice, and humiliation. We declare Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Everywhere. Black Lives Matter. 'Cause all lives matter. Hands up. Hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. No justice, no peace. No peace. Hand in hand together we stand. Black Lives Matter. We're equals in a human family. We gave this nation and the world soul and humanity. We matter 'cause our contributions help and inspire. We matter. All people everywhere to reach higher and higher. We matter 'cause we are God's children, beautiful to behold. We are far more precious than diamonds, silver, and gold. One kind of second to know our value and our worth. Just as great as anyone, anywhere on earth, we proclaim.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. We're not ashamed. Black Lives Matter. 'Cause
All lives matter.
hands up.
Hands up.
Don't shoot. I can't breathe. Can't breathe. No justice, no peace. No peace. Hand in hand together we stand. Black Lives Matter. America's got a lot of problems, but together we can solve them. Baltimore, Chicago, LA, New York, Ferguson, we need everyone. Red, brown, yellow, black, and white. All nations in his side. Catholic, Protestant, and Jew. Muslim, Buddhist, and Hindu.
What's that, brother Kiamu? What's that? Ashe.
This summer, retirement.
All right. Let me cut this off. Let me cut this down. All right, good. Hotep brothers and sisters, once again, just want to say good afternoon and happy Sunday. Glad to be with you on today. Those of you who may watch this or come in today or later on today or during this week, my name is James Anyabwile. I am the spiritual teacher, the AKA Awakener of the God in Action Ministries Spiritual and Culture Center. Thank you for coming in, or thank you for watching. If you do, we do not take your presence lightly. And we ask that if you know how to do it, that you take the information about this platform and you share it with your friends, your families, and even with your foes. All right. So once again, thank you. And I want to say once again, happy Father's Day to all the brothers in the community all throughout. Okay. And if you are not physically a dad, you are a male figure to someone is observing you. And so therefore, once again, happy day to you. This is a day not to beat the black man down, to say what he's not. He ain't this and he ain't that. Well, listen, if he wasn't all that, you wouldn't have babies by him. You wouldn't have laid with him. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to use this day to beat up no brothers. None of us are perfect, and a lot of us need some help. All right. So this is my objective today, is trying to help our brothers and encourage our brothers to be what God called them to be. Ashe? Now, also like to say happy Juneteenth. This is what he's been celebrating. Tomorrow is officially the day, June 19th. And, that's when the slaves were freed, right? What we should not call it this Juneteenth, okay? Because you look at the Gay Pride Month, they're very specific. They don't just give it a day. You know what I'm saying? The month of June, the month of June. You know, they say the Gay Pride Month. So we should call what Juneteenth what it really is: Black Freedom Day, Black Independence Day, Black Liberation Day. We don't lose sight of what the meaning really is, what this holiday is about. No, it's not a holiday for diversity. No, it's not a holiday for multiculturalism. No, it is Black Freedom Day. This is the time where in 1863, when the president decreed the Emancipation of Proclamation, 1863, to free the slaves, right? But in Galveston, Texas, they did not adhere or respect the law. So what they did was they kept that information from their slaves in Galveston, Texas. They did not tell them that they were free in 1863 with the Emancipation Proclamation. Those slaves, African slaves, were informed in 1865. 2 years later, they were still being used as slaves when the Emancipation Proclamation decree was out to free them. So let's not lose sight of what this is all about: celebrating and kumbaya and holding hands with everybody and having parades with everybody. Everybody's included, everybody involved. No, brothers, Black Liberation, Black Freedom Day. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? Black Independence Day. See, when things get too black, that's when they want to put some, they want to water it down. You know what I'm saying? They got the gay flag with the black fist and it's not about gay. Okay, they got the multiculturalism, the rain. Everybody, listen, it's about us. Do not lose sight. I know I'm repeating myself. Do not lose sight of what this is all about. Harriet Tubman, the Black Moses, when slavery was still intact, she she got free, but she went back for her other brothers and sisters and family to bring them to freedom, to lead them to freedom. And she led many to freedom. She said, I have led hundreds or 1,000 slaves to freedom. I could have led many more if they only knew that they were slaves. Meaning that she came to freedom and she's like, free us from what? What's better than what we have here? We ain't slaves. I want to stay right where I is. They were satisfied living as a slave. All right? And there's a lot of slaves, people with slave minds living in this day and time, not knowing that they've been set free. So like in Galveston, Texas, when they didn't know they were set free, they're still operating and functioning as slaves. My Black brothers and sisters, don't lose sight of this day. It's Black Freedom Day, Black Independence Day, Black Liberation Day. Not multiculturalism, not diversity. It's about Black people. And keep it that way. Ashe? All right. I know I said what I needed to say. I had a brother who told me I need to say something on that. And it's important because I've seen parades and everybody all in it and kumbaya and went to events and got more daggone white vendors than Black vendors. You know what I'm saying? Selling things. You know, they're just capitalizing off this stuff. Walmart and all these other stores capitalizing off of this holiday, but it got nothing to do with what really happened. They're just making money off of selling gadgets and paraphernalia and all these different things, flags and all that stuff. Come on, man. Don't lose focus, brothers and sisters. Nah, it ain't about no kumbaya. About those Black people rising up from hell. Yes, sir. Brother Javon, brother Javon Chakari, aka Javon. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brothers, for the blessing, the gift. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Sister Margot, good to see you, Queen Sister. We're going to move in. They tell me that my notifications are not going out. I have to take people at their word. You know what I'm saying? That may be the situation. Some people just may be busy. But I'm going to move in so that you can enjoy the rest of your day. Knowledge waits for no one. All right. Here we go. We're going to deal with this. Make sure that I'm on so they'll have no problems here. Okay. Our subject today, brothers and sisters, let me just make sure I'm on, y'all. All right. Our subject today is dealing with the Black man, because on Mother's Day, I dealt with the Black woman. The focus is on the Black woman. And the subject was the Black woman or the Black queen should be honored and respected. So we're going to talk to our brothers today. All right. We're going to talk to our brothers today. And the subject today, brothers, is Black man. Recognize the good in yourself. Black man, recognize the good in yourself. What is the definition of good? Good means to be morally excellent, something's righteous, virtuous, pious, of high quality. You can use the word good like in this way, a good man or a good parent or a good teacher or good health, meaning of high quality. Now, most of us have had someone point out certain things about ourselves that was not good. None of us are perfect. Am I right? Now, what they have pointed out that was not good, it could have been, our attitude, our behavior, what we was wearing, what we were doing, where we were going, who we was hanging with. You know what I'm saying? They pointed out certain things we were doing that was not good, right? And no matter how many times a person points out our flaws, our shortcomings, or our faults, right? It still stings. It still stings to be confronted with that. But though it does not always feel good when someone points out our shortcomings, it benefits you and I when they do that. You know why? Because it keeps us in a position to recognize those life-hindering characteristics that we tend to display. I'm going somewhere. Just hang with me. But we have to be careful when it comes to just pointing out the negative in people or the things that's not so good in them. Because if a person is constantly criticized about what they're not, or their shortcomings, or their faults, or their mistakes, and their things like that, they're criticized, constantly criticized. It can be very demoralizing and discouraging. Oh, yes. And if it continues to happen, eventually the person who's being constantly criticized, they'll begin telling themselves, hell, I can't do nothing right in that person's eyes. So I'll continue to do what they're nagging me about or criticizing me about. Though I think that type of stinking thinking is unwise and destructive, it happens. If a person does not want to see the good in you, I'm talking to all of us, all of you, specifically to my brothers. If a person does not want to see the good in you, then you must learn to recognize the good in yourself. Make sense? We're living in a world that sees little or no good in black men. I'm going in now. They see little to no good in black men. These satans of this world. I ain't talking about no spook under some ground with red pantyhose. I'm talking about two-legged devils on the ground, still around and still sound. These satans who rule this world, they have done everything in their power to prevent everyone from seeing any good in the black man. And they don't want him to see any good in himself. Did you know that the most effective vehicle used to transport messages, powerful messages, is through audio and visual? Oh, yes. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how this entertainment industry portrays the black men in media. Oh, yes. White society have deliberately stripped the black man of his strength, his swag, and his confidence. And then they started manufacturing and parading in front of the world violent and murderous, irresponsible, effeminate, and emasculated men. Why? To distort what manhood and what man is and what manhood is. I hope you're still walking with me. They have an agenda. But I come to remind you, brothers, that God did not create us the way they portray us in the media. God did not create us to behave the way you see a lot of brothers out here who are lost and wayward and confused. God didn't create us to be that way. We had a lot of help from the enemy. Are you hearing me? That socially engineered us to be the way that we are, not taking the responsibility off of ourselves or not making excuses, but we got a lot of help to end up the way we are. They did this because they had a plan and they have an agenda. And to be honest with you, they have been very successful at what they're doing, at carrying out their plan and their agenda, because you know why? How they portray men, how they make the world look like men, how the world look at black men. That's caused their own black women and children to have little to no respect and admiration for the black man or for the father. Are you walking with me, brothers and sisters? Do you think it's by accident that Father's Day is not as enthusiastically celebrated and recognized as Mother's Day? You think that's by accident? You think one parent is less important than the next parent? Two parents in the life of a child brings balance to that child. But the powers that be, the open enemy, them, the white man. Oh yes, you don't like to hear this. If you soft and weak and thin-skinned, I got nothing to lose. I'm sure it ain't damn you trying to get no views. Do you think it's by accident that the black man is no longer called a king or my man or my hero, but a no good nigga, a no good dog, an F boy? Do you think it's by accident now they're being called not a king, but deadbeats, punks, and faggots? It's not by accident, brothers and sisters. It's by design. Now, when a black man hears all this, I'm going to say black man, black man, black man. I'm not black. I'm African American. I'm not African American. I'm an American. I'm not an American. I'm an Indian. To those of you who are not ashamed of being who you are, I'm talking to you. Like, how can a black man ever see anything good in himself if he's only being shown negative characters in media that looks like him, or he's being called everything but a good man? Once you convince a person that there's nothing good in them, or nothing good about them, eventually they'll start thinking like everybody else. They'll start thinking less of themselves. So, black man, I know it's hard to be who you are in the hills of North America. But brothers, no matter how they portray us, show us, talk about us, we need to recognize the good in ourselves. So, black man, recognize the good in yourself. Are you feeling me? According to scripture, it says that God made man in his image or her image and likeness. So the black man, if he's made in God's image and likeness, is a little God with a small g. Huh? Apple trees make apples. Orange trees produce oranges. Lemon trees produce lemons. God produced little gods. And when the black man began to operate in his true nature as a created being, a spiritual being of the creator, a little God, he is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, yes, he is. I know I know that. For years, I don't fault them. The black women have been saying that she is the backbone of everything. We the backbone of the home. We the backbone of the family. We're the backbone of the community. We're the backbone of the church, or whatever it may be. But that is what this black man hating nation wants her to believe. Because it causes her to think less of her man when she says, I'm the backbone. I'm holding things together. Without me, nothing is possible. I'm doing everything. Yes, and makes them look less. Make them look at the man who is less of value or less important. I think I said that right. It's all by design. The powers that be, they know that the brother is really the backbone of the family, the home, and the community. They know that. That's why they have been doing everything in their power to remove the brother or lessen their importance. Remember during slavery, the wicked slave master would disrespect and abuse the brother, the man, in front of his family, just to humiliate him in their eyes. And then he would abuse and sexually violate the women, his wife, his daughter, and his sons in front of the man, and dare him to do something about it. And that man couldn't do nothing about it. He wouldn't do nothing about it because he knew it was a death sentence. So they knew that the black man was the backbone. So they did everything to break this man. And when they did this to this man in front of his family, eventually the women and the children could no longer depend on the man to protect them. So she had no other choice but to begin to hold things down, run things, protect the family. And in so doing, she began to say in her mind, what good is this man to me and his family? What good is he? That's not by accident, brothers and sisters. It's by design. Remember in the 1960s, the black man in the house rule, that's when it existed. The black man in the house rule, that's when it existed. The father had to be removed and separated from his home and his children before the mother could receive public assistance or welfare. Oh yes, they had a law like that, they had a rule like that. Then eventually it had the women thinking, I don't need no daggone man. I got a government ran by white men that I can depend on to help me take care of myself and my children. That was not done by accident. That was by design. So that the world and the black woman in the family will see no good in the black man. And the black man won't feel good about himself. Yes. The black man is the backbone. If you break him and take him out, it'll leave the family and the community broken and void. Because once again, when the backbone is broken or removed, that's the man. The rest of the body will crumble and fall apart. It's not done by accident, y'all. It's by design. But here is where I want to recognize the black woman, our queen sisters. Recognize her for her strength, for her endurance and her perseverance, because she had to hold a lot of things down together. She had to hold a lot of things together. Once they put the black man buck breaking campaign in operation, that was hundreds of years ago. The sister had to come step up and hold things down all those years. So I commend you, my queen sisters. Thank you for stepping up when the brothers were too broken. I'm not saying all, but a lot of us was too broken to take on our responsibility. And so, my brothers, I come to say that our sisters are tired now. They're tired. So we must begin to take our rightful place as righteous, disciplined, fearless leaders in our families, our relationships, household, and our community. It's time now. It's time. And to take on these responsibilities, it's a great responsibility. It's a great one. It's a difficult but much needed one. And in order for us to really take full responsibility as men, it'll take right knowledge and wisdom so that we can function in this capacity. Right knowledge and wisdom. You can't get this kind of wisdom listen to no rap lyrics, looking at no daggone gangster movies. I'm not saying all rap lyrics are negative, but 99.99% of it is crazy. Before you can function like a man, or before I can function like a man, we must first understand what it is and what it is not. Just because you was born a male does not mean you are a man. And I'm aware of the fact that a lot of people have their own definition of what manhood is or what a man is. So here's mine. Add this on or glean through this, see what you can use to help you out. A man is one who knows how to first take care of himself. You don't need to go find a woman to mama him, to bathe him, to clothe him, to feed him. No, is a man who knows how to take care of himself first. Because if you can't take care of yourself, how can you help take care of anybody else or somebody else? A man, a true man, a man is level-headed, mature. He's a protector, a provider, a planner, a teacher. A man is spiritual, have some form of connection with the God within, the God of the universe. He's a visionary leader, a problem solver. He's understanding. A man is confident. He's stable, motivated, and the most powerful, fearless. Because every time you stand up to try to be a man, this white society feels threatened. Once again, that's why they try to effeminize you and emasculate you and parade you around in women clothing and wigs and makeup and all this bullshit. They celebrating a month this month. I just ran down certain things that what it takes to be a man. It's a lot. It's a great responsibility. You don't become this overnight. Like I said, it takes right knowledge and right information and right teaching. And because this responsibility is so great, I can understand why a lot of brothers have a difficult time being taking on those responsibilities or being that man who's able to function in that capacity. And one of the main reasons why a lot of brothers are not able to, or they can't, or they feel intimidated by it, is because no one has ever taught them what a true man is. They didn't have no father figure in their life. Or if they did, they didn't have a positive male in their life to show them the way. That even goes for the woman. Who taught you what it is to be a woman? Who taught you what it is like to be, what is womanhood? Obviously, somebody's teaching somebody wrong. Look at them today. Look at them. Somebody's teaching them the wrong way, giving them misinformation and false knowledge. That's why it's so important that brothers and even your sisters, but I'm talking to the brothers, but it goes for everybody, to strive to come together to help each other. Because there's some brothers may have some areas where they're stronger than other brothers. They can share information to strengthen that brother. And this brother who's is weak in one area but strong in another area, he can share information with another brother. We can strengthen him in that area where he's weak. I mean, each one reach one, each one teach one. It's important that brothers come together, not just the club and dance and party, but to come together and sharpen iron. Iron sharpens iron to build, coming by sharing information and knowledge so that they can grow to be healthy and effective men. The internet is a blessing. You don't even have to go nowhere. You can connect with some brothers over the internet at some kind of Zoom meeting, private Zoom meeting or platform meeting via phone, via computer. Brothers, you know what I'm saying? You got some brothers that you know, get them together. If they're willing, like-minded, get them together. Have some building sessions. 15 minutes, half an hour, once a week, once every 2 weeks. That's what we need because a lot of our brothers, even our sisters, have not been taught what it is to be a man or what manhood is all about. And there's not too many forums that they can go to or feel comfortable at, feel part of, to get that kind of information and knowledge. But though there are a lot of brothers having a difficult time fulfilling this this position or taking on this full responsibility of father, a man, or manhood, I have to give some props to those strong brothers, those kings who are doing it, doing those things that I just read off, or who have done it. They successfully raised their children, or brothers who are still trying. They're at least trying to participate in helping to raise their children to be strong, responsible, respectable, intelligent individuals. Now, don't beat yourself up, brothers or parents, if you try to raise your child right and they go astray and they bring embarrassment to your name. That's not your fault. You did your job. And once a child get a certain age, they're going to go their own way. They're going to go represent you, where you're going to be happy, or they go out there and embarrass you. It happens. But it's not a fault on you or a mistake on you or a failure on you. And my sisters, I'm getting ready to land this thing, y'all. Here, my sisters. My sisters. This is where we need you. This is where we need you, sisters. If you have a man in your life, or you have a child by a man, because y'all don't get along anymore, the man you had a child with, no. Now he no good. But he was good enough to lay with, to have babies with, not even one, several. So, okay, now, this is where we need you. If you have a man in your life, or the child's father is trying to be in his life, they need you to talk them up. Oh, yes. They need you to talk them up, compliment him, encourage him, back him, speak life into him. But if you can't do that, what the hell do you have with a man? What you got one for? I'm just being real, y'all. According to scripture, it says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So my sisters, my beautiful queen sisters, this is where we need you. Your mouth and your voice have been created to be so powerful, loud, strong. You know that. Nobody can out-talk you, out-argue you, out-loud you. You know that. And depending on how you use your voice and your mouth, you can either beat a man down to the ground, or you can raise him up from the grave, like Jesus called Lazarus out of the grave. Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus comes out from the tomb. Blackman, come out. Boo, come out. My man, come out. My baby daddy. So you get on my damn nerve, but come out. Rise up. Be what God created you to be. Black woman, in your mouth, you have resurrecting power in there. This is where we need you, because the black men have been beaten down for so many years. We're trying to climb up. We didn't give up. We trying to climb up, but we need a cheerleader. We need cheerleaders. Are you hearing me? And brothers, we don't need no woman to do all this stuff to help us do nothing. We don't need no woman to do all this stuff I'm talking about to help us do nothing. So it's time to take your rightful place. When I say you, I'm talking to me too. Take your rightful place and begin to function and operate as true men of God. Yes. And when you operate as true men of God, or spiritual men of God, or spiritual people, you have all the help you need on the inside, because the spirit of the Creator dwells within. All the help that you need to help you carry out your responsibilities or fulfill your responsibilities. What am I saying? God has our back. The Creator has our back. See, when you do right, you never go wrong. No matter how people treat you, how they see you, what they call you, brother, when you do right, you can never go wrong. Stay on your square. So on this day, brothers, let us begin to stand tall and carry out today's message. Today, not starting tomorrow, next year, or on your birthday. Let's carry this out starting today. These words should not be in our vocabulary. I can't do it. They won't let me do it. or I tried and I failed doing it. It should be not a part of our vocabulary. So I want to remind you, black man, see the good in yourself. See the good in yourself. Our families, the community, our children, our household, they need us. And they're depending on us to do what we was assigned to do. To be what God created us to be. What is that, brother? Maximized men. Maximize men, not no gangsters, gangbangers, a whole bunch of athletes and rappers. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm not putting nobody. I'm trying to make them, not no sissies, not no drags, not no confused people. Maximize men and be that unapologetically. Are you hearing me? This prolific writer, he wrote something that is very important. He's speaking to you, my brothers. So once you stand up and declare yourself as a man, you have automatically declared war on white America. You put yourself in absolute and immediate opposition to the European system, which has defined you by their definition as less than a man or not being a man, not a man. Once you stand up against the power that be who have defined you to be less than a man or not a man at all. So I want you to repeat after me, brother. We're going to have a positive affirmation. We're going to close out. Those of you who take your life seriously, who needs to be encouraged, if he's not you, pass it to somebody who needs to hear this. All right? So our affirmation, we're going to close down, brothers and sisters. Repeat after me. I am a proud black man. I am a warrior. I will live a disciplined and stable life. I will live a righteous life. From this day forward, I will not allow anything or anybody to prevent me from taking on my full responsibility as a man. On this day, I will fill that position of a good father, a good husband, a good boo. Say to yourself, brothers, on this day, if nobody celebrates me, I will celebrate myself. And if no one sees the good in me, I will recognize it in myself. Thank you, my brothers and sisters, for listening. I thank you for tuning in. I hope that I said something that will help you. I hope that you would take it and share with somebody, your son who may have started a family, or your teenage son, or some other man who needed someone positive to speak into their life today. I hope that you share this. Ashe? So thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. Thank you for listening on this day. I spoke from my heart. Ashe. I spoke from my heart. And to those of you who have a desire to want to share with us a gift, contribution to our ministry, to keep us going, you can do that. We're not going to put nobody on no guilt trip. You can do that. So if you desire to do that, the information's at the bottom of the screen. Ashe. Cash App, $GIAM number 20. Sorry, Cash App, paypal.me/HOTEP. That's Hotep number 2. You can do it. So if you desire to, I want to know if there's a way to contribute or give a donation or a gift. Once again, have a beautiful, beautiful day. Ashe. Black man, recognize the good in yourself. And if no one celebrates you today, celebrate yourself. You are somebody. God don't create junk. Let's leave up out of here as we came in, brothers and sisters. We came in with a hotep, which means peace. We're going to leave up out of here. Raise that beautiful fist. You know how we do it here. Raise it, y'all. Spread that energy. Amandla. Amandla. Amandla, meaning power. Power to the people. My time is up. I'll see you next time. Hotep.